himself back in. So I'm thinking. Sounds mind. Okay.
Hopefully it's nothing. But I should speak to Blackthorn just in case.
Okay, so that's 3 missions for now. This will be the most side quest we ever got. 3 missions for now, and then there's 1 at the back of the table. Right, I'll just speak to these people first. Hi Karen, what's the story?
I got your note. You think something's wrong with Torgal?
So you can read. Congratulations. I didn't say I were wrong with him. I said something weren't right. He's not been eating me treats. He used to love cracking the bones from Molly's boiled brown, but now he won't so much as look at him. Didn't like him. Which is why I'm of a mind that his mind's on something else. You've not been working him too hard, have you?
No harder than usual. Is that it, boy? Do you need a rest?
Yeah.
What was it you said he was? A frost wolf?
That's what the lawsman seems to think.
Then maybe this all has something to do with whatever it is that's woken inside him.
I suppose things have been different since Rosalith. Perhaps Hippocrates knows something.
Instead of everything, you mean? Perhaps.
Right, time to play Tom's visit. He knows something else. It's weird, he's a frost wolf that got electric powers, so he did.
Lawsman, I need to ask you about Torgal. Something's not right with him.
He isn't ill, is he?
I don't think so. But according to Lady Karen, he seems to have lost his appetite. Which is certainly a new development. She says he's hardly been touching his bones of late, and she believes it may have something to do with what happened at Rosalith Castle.
I rather think she might be right, though not about his appetite. All canids are instinctively inclined to crack open bones for the rich marrow that resides within, and I see no reason why a frost wolf should be any different. Accordingly, I suspect it is not a lack of appetite that afflicts Torgal, but a surfeit of it. If we assume that his newfound magics require additional nourishment to sustain, it may well be that the bones Lady Karen is accustomed to providing are no longer sufficient. Frost wolves, after all, habitually prey upon far larger animals, whose bones may yield altogether different nutrients. As to where one might find a suitable substitute, some antelopes that graze the meadows of eastern Rosaria have been known to grow to a size more than double that of their lesser cousins.
I don't recall ever seeing any that large.
And little wonder. The oldest and largest such creatures rarely leave the safety of the highlands for fear of predators.
This is going to be a hunt.
The last elder antelope sighting I recall hearing about took place near Cressida, and that was long before the village was abandoned.
Even so, it seems like a good place to start.
Good hunting, Clive.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a hunt. Okay, what's a crest now? Oh, that's what we fought. The break of wolves there. Yeah, Crescent it's an abandoned town. Doesn't say why it got abandoned though. Just that there's still farmland and all there, but there's no signs of, monster attacks or there's monsters before but not on. That's written. See, I found out recently this game has its own weather system. It does affect a few things.
Ready, go? Yeah!
Got a load of bit of a chill. And there's skeletons. Minotaur. It's funny, everything here is really low level compared to...
Well, it's certainly quiet.
the fate.
If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place.
They are bigger. They look bigger, I know.
I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal?
Okay. Definitely higher. They're level 23, so yeah, they're right there still. Okay, where's the come now? Nice.
Now,
See what that's satisfying.
will it be enough, I wonder? I say that answers my question, which means we owe the lawsman our thanks. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? A very big puppy. You do know you can take that with you, Torgal. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back. Come on, boy.
Surprisingly not around, but yeah. It's pretty good though, like all the side quests already had characters and story in some way.
I noticed you and Torgal had gone off somewhere. Take him for a walk, did you?
You could say that.
If he eats a treat.
So, Molly's leftovers weren't good enough, eh?
Uh-oh.
That'll teach me for treating you like you're still a pup. All right, no need to shout. Now we know what you're after, I can see about getting some in.
Speaking of which, I brought one for later. Can I leave it with you?
There's 5 of them now. Must be a stack.
You can, aye. I'm nice like that. In return, you can thank Tomes for me. The bloody know-it-all.
I was just on my way to see him.
Okay. Go to Tomes and that beat that quest done. And Tomes fairly researches the stuff when you need to. It's finding out a lot of stuff for us.
Ah, Clive. Were you able to locate your quarry?
We were indeed, lawsman. You pointed us in exactly the right direction. And Torgal's been a very happy hound ever since.
Very good, very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way, for your part in solving the mystery.
Ah. But that reminds me. After your last visit, I found myself pondering Torgal's talents. Do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's role in Torgal's transformation?
About how she somehow woke the power within him.
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought, but one which raised certain questions in my mind. You see, the Fenrir of legend served Shiva and Shiva alone. And while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply they are somewhat different in nature to those you described Torgal as having used.
Yeah, because he's using electric.
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one icon's power.
Yep.
Consider
that
in addition to Lady Jill, he has served as a loyal companion to you, your brother, and even the late Cid. In short, as to how all of this has affected Torgal.
He has seemed more fierce of late.
And if I am not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still. We are fortunate indeed to be able to count him amongst our allies and not our adversaries.
Oh, he's more than an ally. He's a friend.
So if that's the case, then is he eventually going to be able to learn all the elemental abilities like Clive can? That'd be pretty cool if he could. That he could jump between lightning and fire. He's using more lightning and ice at the moment. If we could change that up, that'd be pretty good. Right.
Blackthorn, do you have a moment?
Not really, no.
This won't take long. I just wanted to ask how you're getting on. August was worried about you, and you might still be doubting your craft, even after learning the trick of that cuirass. Is there something else weighing on your mind? Perhaps sharing your thoughts might help.
That bastard's like a dog with a bone. Still, you've got a keen eye, I'll give him that. He's just, well, Karen showed me something. Something I've never seen before.
And that was?
A sword. An odd-looking thing with a single-edged blade. The metal itself wasn't anything to write home about, but fuck me. The edge on it. You could slice a man clean in two with a weapon like that, and he'd be halfway home before he even realised he'd been cut.
So that's what's troubling you?
Nah. Not troubling me exactly. More distracting. Can't stop thinking, how do you get an edge that sharp? It's driving me mad.
And if you knew how to do it, we could arm the curse breakers with even better blades.
That's about the size of it, yeah.
I'll see what I can find out. Sharper swords are always welcome. And we can't have our master blacksmith being distracted.
You're a soft touch, you know that. But I can't say I'm not grateful for it. Good luck, eh?
Thank you.
Maybe desert.
Let's see what Karen knows about this sword.
People in the desert were crafting like swords with sharp edges or sharp edges.
You're looking well, Karen.
Cinders
What
into
you
a
want? Out with it.
I want to know about the sword you showed Blackthorn. Single-edged and extremely sharp.
Running around after him again, are you?
I suppose I am, yes. But I need to help him find out how to work an edge like that. It's driving him to distraction.
Little wonder, I suppose. There's not many like that make it as far as the twins, and those that do go straight into private collections. Which made it nice and easy finding a buyer.
Can you tell me who bought it? Where is it now?
You think I tell people who my clients are?
I
Suppose
don't
you're
know.
not likely to go nicking him off me, are you now? Fine. If you stop mooning at me like that. Lord Ignac's the man you want. Dalmekian bloke. Collects weapons and the like. And he's got more money than sense, which is why he's one of my favourite clients. Reckon he'll still be at the inn in Dalamil, where I left him.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh, and he's a touch eccentric, if you take my meaning.
I appreciate the warning.
Okay, the Mickey. It's not too far away. I was thinking being the desert, just because the type of blades they make.
People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
Look, to repair the place.
Saint-Drake's fang is gone. The whole...
He's not happy with us.
My reputation will be ruined! Ruined!
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you, before you do yourself a mischief.
Pardon the intrusion, but...
Out! Get out!
Oh.
I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed. Leave me be!
Please, allow me to apologize. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond of guests arriving unannounced.
Radim!
That's fair.
Get rid of the filthy oaf this instant!
Okay, that's not fair.
Very good, Lord Ignac. Would you mind stepping outside for a moment?
Okay.
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
That? Oh, no. That's just how his lordship is. Though the morning's events have left him somewhat fractious. He's been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also made away with a considerable amount of coin. Coin the innkeeper will soon be keen to collect.
I don't suppose a certain blade was among the stolen items. A single-edged sword. It was purchased from a merchant friend of mine.
Ah, you know Lady Karen. Yes, I'm afraid it was.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage. But I have one condition.
You have but to state it. You are welcome to anything that is within my power to grant.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes should be enough. Then I'll be on my way.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse. Of course, you shall have your audience.
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves went.
I did not, no. Though some discreet inquiries made on his lordship's behalf mean that I know where you might find them. The bandit's bed. Every ill-gotten coin in Dalamal is said to pass through that disreputable corner of the Valcroy.
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence, and arrange for an audience upon your triumphant return.
That will be very kind of you.
Farewell, and best of luck.
Okay. Bandit's bed. Ah, it's up here. Yeah, won't take too long.
Come on.
So I'm level 39 at the minute, and these guys are marking off at about level 28. So we're nearly 10 levels higher than most of them. No, there might be one or two a bit over 30, depends. Sometimes it's just... Right, go. Then turn.
All right.
Now we're getting close.
We've got company! Come
Hey.
on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off!
Nice try.
Ah, you got. Come on.
Farewell! It's over!
Oh. Stay strong. Yeah, I upgraded a lot of these moves. They're a lot more powerful now. He's better than. Alright, okay. What? Ah, damn it. Okay, I didn't move.
Soil and stone!
Fucking really hate doing that. Nice. For crafting materials.
This must be Ignac's luggage. Nothing seems to be damaged.
Is there a sword?
Right. Let's get it back to Delamil.
Did he not check if the sword was in it? I'm hoping it was in it.
Here I have you to thank for the return of my effects. What shall I call you, my good man?
Wyvern. Glad to make your acquaintance.
A formidable name indeed.
So Wyvern is basically his soldier name. So if he wants to act like a soldier, or pretend to be a soldier to people around him, just calls him Wyvern. He's using his real name. Better for protection too.
Well, Wyvern, I appear to be in your debt. Radim here tells me you wished for an audience. Is that all?
A few moments of your time should suffice, yes.
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern. All right, speak.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged sword you recently acquired.
Oh, a true work of art, that one. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on that sword.
Damn.
It was made in the Outer Isles, far beyond the Twins, and is used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique school of swordsmanship. They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike, and hone their blades to such perfection that none ever does. Each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only. They crack upon a second blow. There's a brutal sort of beauty to it, really.
But how do they hone such an edge?
Fine question. Why, they use a whetstone, of course. Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 licks with the sharpening stone, then 10,000 more. But it is the final stone which lends the blade its legendary sharpness. A mineral quite foreign to this great realm of ours. And that is the key. The secret ingredient. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to services rendered. Take this, together with my regards. The very stone of which I spoke, far rarer among collectors than even the blade itself, and a far more fitting payment.
Thank you.
That'll help.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship. However, it is long past time we prepared ourselves to depart.
So it is. I am locked in bitter competition with a rival collector of curiosities. I am one step ahead of the unscrupulous scoundrel but he is hard at my heels.
And there are many other collectors out there.
Too many to count, but only one do I consider my nemesis.
Oh,
Lord Byron Rosfield, and is a perennial thorn in my side.
I can imagine.
Farewell, Wyvern. May our paths cross again. Radim, we mustn't dawdle.
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, Master Wyvern. Thank you again for your assistance. Coming, my lordship. I'll be right there.
I don't think he'd be too happy with Clive if he knew that was his uncle that they were talking bad about.
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an interesting rival. Now, let's see what Blackthorn makes of this whetstone, shall we?
Okay. The new weapons are from him. So the whole reason we're actually doing his side quest is there's normally always one person in the game that gives you, say, the best sword or stuff like that. In my case, I think he's got the best armor and swords in the game. I think he's going to be the one with it.
Sorry for the wait, but hopefully you'll agree it was worth it.
That's what
You
I'm doing
learned
on the
something
side
about
quest.
that sword then?
I did better than that.
Oh.
Hey, a whetstone?
Yes, but not one you'll find anywhere in Valisthea.
No wonder I couldn't get the same finish on the grinding wheel. One hit and all done, eh? Might not be so bad if all you ever fought were duels. Good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent would be your last, no matter how good you were.
Even so, is there some way it could be used to give the Cursebreakers an edge?
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel, I could probably even make a twin of the blade that rattled me. But there'd be no replacing this little rock once I worn it down to a sliver. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it, if that. Swords that the Cursebreakers wouldn't know how to wield properly, and that would see them through a single fire piece. Nah, no point trying to copy that thing. Be about as much use as a wax anvil. But finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine, now that's something to consider. And what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Or more hard-wearing, for that matter. Just imagine it. Good Valisthean steel with an edge as sharp as any found in the Outer Isles. I won't make a copy, nah. I'll make something much better.
I'm sure the Cursebreakers will be delighted. Just don't push yourself too hard.
Don't you worry about me, sunshine. I've been working day and night since I was half your age, and I'll still be here when you're long gone. Hey, thanks, Clive. I mean it. I owe you one, August too. It's good to know someone's looking out for me.
You'll be happy to hear you said that.
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. First new blade I make's got your name on it. You come and find me when you've got the materials.
All right? I will.
Excalibur. Hold on. Hold on. Excalibur is not the ultimate weapon, though, would it be? Normally the ultimate weapons based on Greek or Latin mythology.
Clive?
Oh, we'll see what the design is. Let's see, Excalibur, what do we need? Bomb ammo. So it must be a hunt with a bomb we're gonna need. Get that. Good sword though. Okay. There's nothing new in that side. Yeah, I've seen this you can reinforce, but I kind of want.
And
I think when we get the final weapon, we'll reinforce. But I don't think it's worth doing on the small weapons. But holy shit, Jack! I think. How are you getting on it? And thank you very much for popping in. Okay, so we've got blueprint for Excalibur. We can't really do anything with that just yet.
Crack the crystal too? You're joking.
But I see it's going to be a good blade. I'm still wondering what the final blade. I don't think it's going to be ultimate weapon for this. I don't think it will. It's going to be something different in this game. Maybe Greek or Norse mythology this time actually. I know there was one blade in Final Fantasy 12 that had a long ass name.
I think Mid might need some help.
Say Sam with D, I think. I could never pronounce the fucking blade, so I don't know.
Here, Sid.
I know what he's saying. No worries, dog. No, here, I hope you're getting on well with Tony Hawk, wasn't it?
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this alembic the chief's
Getting on
gonna
with
be
it.
making. Lovely bit of kit it is. Bung in a solution you want splitting, and it will separate it out, just like that. Problem is, it won't always get rid of all the impurities. And with some of the stuff we need it for, that ain't good enough. Which is why I've been looking for something to filter the liquid we'll be cooking off. And that's where I was hoping you could help me out.
I imagine Ty could get some use out of this alembic too. Distilling medicines and the like. Alright. Why not?
Proper job!
So what exactly do you need for this filter?
Nothing but bomb ash'll do, says the chief. Gave me a sample she'd obtained from the university stores. Couldn't believe my eyes. You pour the blackest blight water through it, and it comes out clear as a mountain stream. So, I did a bit of reading about where I might be able to get hold of some. And do you know what I found out? It's only the blimmin' bones of a bomb king. They leave them behind when they die, see?
I take it that...
This is where we get the thing for Excalibur. Because it was a bomb element, really. Or something to do with a bomb. And a king bomb would have that fucking
Before I
look.
come in.
Yes.
If you wouldn't mind. I saw a billet on the hunt board for one just the other day. Would have gone myself, but, well, fighting dirty great balls of flame isn't exactly my forte. You, on the other hand...
Alright. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you kindly. And a good hunting, eh?
Let's go fight a bomb king. Okay, so I have to go to the... I don't want to check here too. So we'll check both of them and then beat Bomb King, then finish the other mission, and then we'll continue on mid story or main story, and we'll go to Sid's grave. Okay, let's see. Right now, what you got? Let's go with bomb Satans. Okay. B class. That's good. Yeah. That was the last one we did. Nearby woods, which we would know for fauna and airship. Only in that beast akin to a giant bonfire. Oh, bomb she saw was near 10 times the size of the one bit therein. Okay. So it's it's here, but let's double check, but it's somewhere in this area. Third time first.
Clive, did you get my letter?
That's why I'm here.
You don't have to whisper.
Otto might be listening.
Is this better?
A little. Listen.
I don't know, neighbour. I do
I've
not know.
bad news. It turns out the hideaway may be slightly behind in its payment to certain lenders. And it may be my fault. But I swear to the goddess, I thought I had the numbers square. Hey, I can straighten it out, I swear, but it's going to take some time, and I'm going to need help keeping it from Otto.
Bit late for that, I'd say.
Oh, shit.
There you are! What a surprise!
So let me get this straight. You forget to pay our lenders what they're due, and instead of coming straight to me, you get Clive to come to you. And I hope he'll dig you out of the hole you've dug for yourself. Clive, the man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. And you thought this was a cunning plan. Why? Well, who needs paying?
Oh, just Martha. And the dame. And, well, Lady Karen. But only 500 talents.
We owe 3 of our most trusted friends 5 million gil.
Each. 5 million. Each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see, and, well, I must have made some sort of oversight.
Those ledgers were my responsibility, and it was my decision to entrust them to you. This is my fault.
Do we have that much to hand? I can always ask my uncle.
No, we don't. And no, you won't. We've lightened Lord Rosfield's purse enough. After the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see our begging bowl. Besides, we'll need to learn to stand on our own if we're going to make this work.
All right. But that doesn't mean you have to shoulder the burden yourself. Is there anything I can do to help?
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Martha and the dame?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. Worth 1,000 talents apiece, these are.
A little something Sid and I set aside for when times got lean. And I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies. I just hope our associates' eyes are a bit more discerning than yours.
I'm sure there will be.
Should be me making the rounds, really. But you know how it is with this place. Orders to bark, arses to wipe and all that.
I know. Which is why I don't mind going in your place.
Go. Do you know why I only gave Master Clive here 2 star rubies?
Because you'd rather Lady Karen killed me.
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you. Yes.
Well, I suppose this is goodbye then.
Don't worry. I'm sure Karen will understand.
Really? Do you think so?
No, I don't.
He's fucked. He's definitely fucked. Yeah. Big buckle. Croc. The fuck is quick. Road. Don't say quick, Mama. No, it should be that close. This is the sub area somewhere. I'm just going to do stone. Try and find it. Right, we'll deliver off the stuff first. And we'll go looking. Okay, so let's go into town.
There's talk that the glass
Oh, we have to go to the BL. Let's go to the brothel. What his brother was the
Did you hear?
one that owned the brothel.
I want to see you again tonight, but the captain's late with our pay.
It's all right.
Yes.
What am I going to do without Sweetwater and Olive Talc?
Still no caravan from the Dominion's puff.
Milady, I come bearing gifts.
Gifts? Whatever is the occasion.
Not great, sounds sporty.
Oh my. Clive, you really have outdone yourself.
Otto asked me to give it to you. To settle the Hideaway's debt with the Veil. And to compensate you for the time it took us to do so.
You disappoint me, Clive. I thought you might finally be warming to me. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time around. The man owes me nothing, nor does the Hideaway. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the least I could do.
You once told me Sid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. Please, accept it. For my sake. And for Otto's. For all of us. For all you've done.
It is rather fetching, isn't it? Very well. Otto is lucky to have you, Clive. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the Hideaway are the closest thing he has to family.
Otto had a son.
Yes. Didn't know that.
Long ago. Yes. Sid told me Otto lost him when he was just a boy, and blamed himself for not being able to stop it. I don't know how it happened, whether there was anything he could have done. but it was clear that it weighed heavily on him.
I didn't know.
How could you have? I doubt anyone did. Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows in stoic silence. An ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help them.
I'm beginning to see that.
That's a good one. I've lost son, he never told anyone, but so Sid. Come on, like a fucking look for a bomb. There's older ruins here, so
good girl.
Fly, Ambrosia.
The monsters here are actually pretty weak. They're level 15. There's going to be somewhere down near ruins, so they can maybe heal. There's dragons around here, so. Okay, you know. Okay, so it's not there. Right. There's chest.
Run like the wind.
Time to fight.
No hope of more.
All right.
This baby. Oh, this is up here and see. I swear, it's not giving me a name. It's not telling me a name at the spot. We're open. Weird. Is that just a cut-off point or that leads to? Alright. I'm gonna go back up here on Jackson. Let's see. Just check this area and see. I thought I explored this whole place. I might not have. That's it here. Okay. Aha, there we go. How the hell did I not see this place before? Okay, one minute marker. I'm not gonna go straight to the... I'm not gonna go straight to the hunt. I'm gonna go down to the 5 bottom here, just quickly check. If there's a chest sign. And then we'll do the hunt. Let's turn off there to go on the hunt.
I can walk from here.
Okay, I'm not allowed to have to in this area. Here behind. And the tranquil side. Joe, it's gonna sound odd. That house give me Kingdom Hearts 2 vibes. Can't mansion. Just in a different style. Kinda looks like it. Okay, let's go fight this king bomb. I'm definitely ruins. And there's definitely a bomb in the middle of it. He's spawned out. Or maybe not. And B, okay.
Look what we have here. Greetings, Your Majesty.
Okay, so I'm assuming he uses a lot of projectiles. Which means I'm gonna have to use a lot of effects. I'm gonna have to try and keep close to him, even though it's probably gonna hurt me. Okay, maybe it's done. Actually did through Arthur. Oh fuck. Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Nice try.
Oh no no no, it's about to explode. Shit, they're all about to explode. Ah, not so probably. Yeah, that's real. Come on, go down. Okay, back way and back way.
Nice try.
Thank you for the hydrated. Sorry, just sitting there now. And now we can make a scalper.
Your reign is over. Now to collect the ash. This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more.
So yeah, was it just the way splitting,
That should do it.
or split into multiple
It
layers?
needs more than this.
Self-destruction was a bit,
Himself.
right. Sure. Okay, let's go and give Martha the last stone, and then we'll go back to the hideaway. And then we'll make the weapon. And then we'll go to Sid's Grave. That is the plan. Let's see if Martha responds to us giving her this stone.
Clive, we weren't expecting you.
I wasn't expecting to be here, but it seems we still owe you a considerable amount of coin for your help with our rebuilding efforts. And though I doubt it's what you were expecting, we were hoping you'd take this as payment.
Which did?
A star ruby? I can't accept this. It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you can find yourself the right buyer.
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow from me again. Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about this? I'd have expected Otto. Bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat working himself to death again?
Something like that. Most days I think he's the only reason the hideaway's still standing.
Same as always, eh? Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander, word is he was the first one Sid reached out to. Probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea would never get off the ground. Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, but Otto's always been the backbone.
Cheers.
And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it. That Otto would just give up.
His death was hard on everyone. But it must have hit Otto hardest of all.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one who nominated you as Sid's replacement, and rallied the rest around you. I reckon what he saw in Sid, he saw in you too. And don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice as handsome, neither. That, and you keep good company.
I suppose I do. Goat will want to know the stones were delivered. If you're still with us.
Yeah, let's make sure Karen has a kid. Okay, first, leave bed.
What do you need?
Come on,
Say what it be.
Yes.
Not bad, if I do say so myself. Anything else?
And
Ned told me she was building a ship.
nice to live.
Goat. Still alive, I see. So Lady Karen accepted the ruby.
Ah, about that. I tried my best, but she was just too stubborn to take it. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me...
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever. Let me see what I can do.
Oh, wonderful. I hope you have better luck than I did.
Look at ladies. I'd say it wouldn't be easy to focus like that's doing them. I would see the expressions instead. Right.
Lady Karen, Goad tells me you weren't happy with our offer. Would you prefer the debt was repaid in coin?
What debt? I don't recall lending any of you lot me hard-earned gil. I may have tossed a talent or two in the Hideaway's coffers, but those were donations, and you can hardly call it charity if you go asking for it back.
Of course not. But one good turn deserves another. And our circumstances have changed. Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who happened to have become a prince.
Oh, so you're a prince now, are you? Fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest whether you like it or not.
Fair enough.
Where'd you even get this? A decent trader might nab 1,000 talents for a star ruby. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Sid the Outlaw himself and ask twice as much.
She's a good
Might be
lady.
I already have a buyer in mind. Might be you even know her. A fine continental maid whose beauty's only eclipsed by a guile in commerce. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all. Just be sure to tell her that it's always a pleasure doing business.
Sounded Isabel.
I hear you ended up delivering all 3 stones.
Yep.
Thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder what I pay you for.
Speaking of which, I still haven't been paid last month's wages.
Oh, so you remember what's owed to you then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square.
Right away.
That's from only before.
I've seen that before.
Yeah. Plenty of times. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit, or because the filthy soul couldn't be bothered to find a clean one.
I knew so little about him.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him.
I bet they do.
How long did you know Sid before he...
Before he died. 20 summers, give or take. Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship, which is where I met him. He bought passage to, forget where. And having nothing better to do on the long nights, we set up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duties. Quit my post not long after that, on account of making a fine maiden's belly fat. But me and Sid stayed close, promising we'd one day sail the seas again. That was before fate stepped in and said she was having none of it. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day, and there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your family have...
My family were the ones who summoned the constable, wanted the monster taken away. I couldn't turn my back on him, forget what I felt, and I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily, Sid was of the same mind as me. It was him who stood beside me when all I wanted was to tear the whole world down. Him who cried for me when I had no tears left of my own. Him who swore he'd do everything he could to stop it from happening again. And he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. His ranks, his ribbons, gone. Just like that. Threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one else had the courage to face. I knew then I'd follow that man to the ends of the earth.
Nice and be Sid. They're all going Sid's group.
He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid.
I don't know.
Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me, just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
Definitely Sid.
This note.
Hmm? What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off.
Oh, this is weird.
You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather goat were at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
That was a side quest. That had a lot to the main story though. We find out about Otto's past, how he met Sid. No. Now we have that for display. Side quests are important. Okay, do this. One more thing to do. Bring these bomb materials back to the person down in Reed's lab. Reed's workshop.
All right there, Sid? How's that hunt for the bomb ash going?
I have it here.
That's the stuff. And plenty of it, too. Enough to keep the Alembic bubbling away for a good old while. You're a gent, Sid. Let nothing say otherwise. Right then, let's get this contraption up and running. There we have it. The Telemon Alembic. And it works just like the chief said it would.
Very impressive.
Says the man who cut down a burning boulder. Speaking of which, I still haven't returned the favor.
There's no need. The good it will do for the hideaway is reward enough.
Don't be silly. Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your potions in. Reckon I could work some magic on that, huh?
What kind of magic?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the Alembic that I reckon will make even the toughest lever supple as anything. Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. Save the hideaway a few gil. Ah, I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll loosen it up enough for you to squeeze in a bottle or two more.
Well, it can't hurt to try, I suppose.
That's the spirit. Leave it with me. I'll only be a mo.
Let's be the second upgrade we got for that. You know, I think the first one was that potions heal more. So this is for capacity. So.
Well, what do you reckon?
It certainly feels more flexible.
Right? Told you.
Thank you. I think.
No. Thank you for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavors. Without you, we'd never have been able to discover wonders like that stuff I rubbed on your bag. And I'm telling you, there's plenty more where that came from.
Yeah, so increase the capacity we have. So I wonder how much we increase by. So now we can hold 6 potions, 4 high potions, 3 tonics and 3 stone. And we had a lot handier, especially when we go against large opponents in the game. And bosses. Nice. Start Turtle and head to Sid's grave. Respect your food.
Right, Clive. Asterix. We'd finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the twins, has she? I swear, that girl'd do anything to put off visiting her old dad's grave. No excuses now, though, eh?
Not quite. She said there was one final thing she had to take care of. I'm sure she'll be finished soon enough.
She said that? In those words?
She did, yes.
Clive? Were you born yesterday or something? There is no thing. She'll probably be halfway to Canva by now.
Mid. I might still be able to catch her.
Okay.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Is that the thing Tomes helped?
Obeleth, have you seen Mid?
Yep. In a boat, going that way.
Shit.
Then I'm too late.
You in a hurry and all, are ya? Oh, I offered to take her across, but she wouldn't wait. Just paid for a dinghy and rowed off. Oars going like the clappers. Got some life in her, ain't she? But anyway, I was on my way up to see you, as it happens. Got a letter for you. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I was to hand it to you in person, post-bleeding haste. And you're here now.
Thank you, Obeleth.
Don't mention it.
What tidings, Uncle?
Idea by my journey to Kelvin has been a resounding success. Friend had mentioned not only agreed to share the contents of a strongbox with us, but his considerable knowledge of the goings on in the free cities, by which I've learned there was a certain young friend of ours. The wife won't believe Miss Talmore's project to be quite the valid enterprise. The authorities of the flight Talmore's use of the dog plans in my hands there. Oh shit. Okay. Let's go. Glad for a minute too. I keep watching those.
Trouble in Canva.
Yep.
Well, I'll need someone to keep an eye on Mid.
Scarfel will take care of her for now.
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off into the sunset?
Yep.
It, seems that way.
Well, nothing we can do about it now. But next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before you suggest it.
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Gotta admit, the dirty work was kind of fun. Everyone pitching in and all that bollocks. Just like when we built this place.
You're right.
Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do with getting to Canva pretty sharpish. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it? Not after he asked for me personally.
Gav will be leaving with me. Will you mind the place while we're gone?
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the others my regards. All right.
Oh, by the way, Jill will be joining us too. She's got some things to take care of, but she'll meet us there.
I hope she's telling the truth at least.
Sid's legacy. This is the old hideaway where Titan basically destroyed the entire place. Killed a lot of people in the process.
Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. That if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Cooker is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The blight marches on. And soon, there will be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's Tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go? With them? Oh, thanks, Nan!
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot! There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklab markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goots.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav?
Already on my way, Captain.
Be careful.
Aren't I always?
Do you see that, Sid? Your protege's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
Okay, nothing we need to do with haters. New area. upgrade anything now. 4,000, 5,000, 4,000. Will be away. Now we have a skull. Yeah. Yeah, we can add all the traits definitely. Huh.
How are you feeling?
Could be useful later.
Thanks to Taya.
I'm glad to hear it.
And Torgal helped too. Didn't you, boy?
This used to be a trade route for merchants crossing the Scars, till the Republic laid a new road wide enough to let wagons pass, and all official traffic moved there.
Leaving this one for those living outside the law.
Indeed. I doubt we'll be the only outlaws on the trail today.
I wouldn't be so sure. Oh, okay. Haven't told you. Side quest. I should may as well do.
So what do you think? Really? It's as bad as that?
Oh, aye. There's trouble up ahead. And too much of it for us to handle.
I take it there's danger on the road.
Oh, what about this fearsome-looking fellow? You think he'd be equal to the task?
Oh, no doubt. Assuming he's willing to hear us out. Well met, friend. My brother and I have been tasked with finding a merchant's missing cart. You seen it by any chance?
How does a merchant misplace his cart?
Oh, the man's a coward. When he thought goblins might come a-snarling, he ran, leaving his livelihood abandoned in the pass.
He sent the two of us to fetch it, but it's gone. Now, I'm not much of a thinker, but I know the work of thieves when I see it.
My brother's right on all accounts. And by my estimation, the bastards are lying in wait just down the road.
We may have seen our share of action, true, but we've not got the skill in arms to boldly brave an ambush.
You, however, have the look of a man who needn't fear a band of backwater ruffians. What do you say? Will you help us out? Chances are they'll come for you either way. But if you promise to lend us a hand, at least you'll pocket a reward for your troubles.
I should might as well.
Well, if I'm going to have to deal with them anyway.
You've clearly got a fine head on those broad shoulders.
We're lucky you came along. Now, hoping to make a heavy purse in Boklad, our merchant friend loaded his cart with as much as it would carry. Reckon he won't be forking over the rest of our fee if we don't find those goods. So, while you're seeing to those bandits, you keep your eyes open.
All right. Just don't expect me to drag the cart out of there myself.
No. You can leave the cart to us. You just put an end to those bandits and point us in the right direction. You do that, we'll take care of the rest.
I don't know if I trust these guys.
I'm not sure I trust those two.
The way to talk is a bit odd.
Wait, I should probably take.
Look lively, you lot. We've
Ah,
got guests.
Okay. First things first, we burn them.
These must be our bandits.
So one just random attacks I did killed everyone else. I just had to kill him at the end.
That's them dealt with. Now, where's that cart?
Oh, and on the ground. That looks to be a car.
Getting all of this out of here will be a nightmare.
Seems we found ourselves the right man for the job, wouldn't you say?
Found the cart and didn't leave a single bastard breathing. Our merchant friend will be delighted.
And how exactly will he be getting his goods out of here?
You leave that to us. After all, it'd be wrong to make such a fine warrior haul cabbages to market.
You've done your part. And that's all you need to worry about. Here. It's been a pleasure. Now piss off.
Ooh.
There's no need to be so rude, brother. What if we want his help again next time?
Yeah, I really don't trust them to be a PAP and all, but don't shouldn't fish with them. Chances are we will meet them again.
I see the Dalmex lag behind Rosaria when it comes to bridge building.
The fallen ruin should hold at least. The path continues on the other side.
Check see if there's any materials there. Oh. For the law definitely. It seemed to appear after we opened the Phoenix Chamber in Rosaria. That's when we found out that Joshua was still alive. Mark Clyde's brother Joshua. Damn. This is the game's version of the Niagara Falls, the final scene.
So this is Zemeckis.
The land of the gods. It's even more impressive than I imagined. I remember being captivated by the story as a child.
Long, long ago, man was overcome by avarice and challenged the gods in a bid to win their power. The final battle took place here, at these falls. Or so the legend goes.
If anyone ever manages to plumb those depths, perhaps we'll learn if there's any truth to the tale.
That the gods emerged victorious and punished man for his defiance by visiting upon him 2 curses.
Dominance and bearers. To tell the truth, I always thought it strange that the dominant and their icons were deemed a curse. Back home, the dominant inherited the throne. They were admired and exalted, not spurned. Whenever I got to that part of the story, I always assumed there must be something I'd misunderstood.
You had a lot of storybooks, didn't you? In your room, I mean. When we were young.
The old legends were always my favorites. Epic battles between gods and men. Father encouraged me to read as much as I could. He thought it good for my education.
You really were a boy like any other, weren't you?
Just look at this place. It's enough to make you believe the legends are true.
I know.
We're not far from Boklad. The road will be busier up ahead.
And we'll have to keep our wits about us. Clive? Something wrong?
Nothing. It's nothing.
I already saw someone's done now. I already saw someone standing on the forwards. This is where we're heading for if we can get there.
I see the reports are true, Father. You have surrendered the throne to Olivier.
I have. Emperor Olivier shall rebuild the Holy Empire of Sanbreque.
So there's something really fishy about this. So the person that's holding the fist against themselves is Bahamut. The Emperor is his father, and Clive's mother is the Empress. Clive's mother and the Emperor had a son, Olivia, and Olivia's getting the throne now, which is really weird because Olivia is probably not even 10 years old. But why wouldn't it go to Bahamut? It doesn't make sense.
How is he to rule an empire? He is but a boy.
I shall advise him until he comes of age.
Father, please.
Or for as long as I am able. The empire we seek to build needs young blood to rule it, and I can think of none better suited to the task. There is other news, Dion. Ere long, the Imperial banner shall fly over every city in Storm. And then Valisthea. All shall bow before their Emperor.
Father, these are the words of a tyrant.
They are the words of a god. The Emperor whom I gladly serve. Great Greeker, made flesh. Return to your camp, Dion,
and ready your forces. It is time to show the world the true power of Sanbreque.
Father. I find you much changed. Is this truly the path you wish to tread? Or are these the ambitions of another? Of Ultima, perhaps?
What nonsense is this? I speak my mind, and my mind only. Though I do owe Annabella thanks for reminding me of certain truths regarding the nature of nations, of rulers, and of the divine.
You would trust the words of this traitress? She betrayed her country. She slew her husband.
You have ever been an invaluable servant to Sanbreque, Prince Dion. I trust you will continue to serve your Emperor in the wars to come.
The canker! Silence! Insolent wretch! You will bend the knee. All else is heresy.
Sire, forgive me.
This audience is over. Come, your Radiance. The Rowena Syndicate awaits your pleasure.
Oh, not another meeting with silly old men. They're so boring. I'm hungry, Father. Can't we have luncheon instead?
Does it pain you that you will not inherit your father's throne?
I have suffered worse.
Count your blessings, Dion. For a base-born child to be chosen by Bahamut is miracle enough. You have risen high on his wings, but you shall rise no higher, lest your impure blood stain the throne.
What do you know of my blood?
That's what is a bitch. Yeah.
The Bokla markets are to the north. We just need to hug the coast.
But yeah, that was Clive's mother, basically. Told Dion. So yeah, but she did betray her entire kingdom. The whole kingdom failed in one night at Phoenix Gate, just because she let people through the gate. Which was her plan the whole time. Thing is, we don't know if she knows that Joshua is alive. She knows Clive's still alive.
Infiltrating the Dominion won't be easy with the Imperials on high alert.
No. His Radiance has lost one capital already. We can be sure Sylvester will do everything in his power to hold on to Twinside. His troops are well-trained and increasingly battle-hardened.
Yeah. Let's do this. Oh my. Hey, don't you go back. Frick it. never knew. This made things a lot easier. Fuck. It's been bad news at home, I know. Oh, not too bad. Couple more. Let's see. Something out here of interest. There's a rose.
They've closed the road to Randalar.
If the siege breaks, they'll need more than this to stop the Imperial legions marching on the capital.
Oh, I'm done for.
Okay. I can get there that way. Oh, treasure. Ancient sword. Okay, let's see what that is. No, that's powerful. Good weapon though. You have the arrow on if you have to craft something. One's road. Oh, we can win here. Probably going to be a hunt in here later on in the game. It's kind of rare you'd expect out of them. So we'll probably go back to that area later.
Refugees.
And they're all making for the crystalline dominion.
Because they don't know how to live without the crystal's blessing.
Let's keep in the war.
There are no crystals here.
This is where we're supposed to meet Goots, isn't it?
That's right. He said he'd wait for us here after replenishing his supplies. I dare say he'll have finished by now.
The best service.
Okay, I'll go to that shop first.
What are you looking for?
First would sell a few too. Let's see. I'll do that.
Many thanks.
It's for a music box.
You're welcome anytime. Out of my sight, wretch.
Wonders from across the water. Come one, come all. Feast your eyes. Good sir, can I interest you in...
He's having a bit of trouble.
How much? For a measly crust of bread?
You won't find any cheaper. Not nowadays. They are more than welcome to look.
The Empire's unlawful and illegitimate occupation of the crystalline dominion is still in effect. Only those whose business in Twinside has been officially approved by the Republican Army will be permitted to cross the border. All who seek entry are to form a line and ready their documents for inspection.
Looks like we aren't the only ones who are eager to leave.
And they're checking everyone.
Can't you make an
Not for the likes of you.
We won't get through without that pass. Let's go in and find Good, shall we?
Can't be too far. Somewhere in the marketplace.
He must be around here somewhere.
Come, taste my peaches. They're sweet.
You won't find anything of this quality in Twinside.
The caravan stops next to the checkpoint. Show them your trader's pass, and you'll be on your way.
Juicy pears.
There it is.
Ah, Good. There you are.
Clive, I'm so sorry. Don't tell Nan, will you?
Slow down, Good. Just tell us what happened.
It's me trader's pass. It's gone.
Fuck's
We
sake.
cannot ride the caravan without it. We won't even be able to get through the flipping checkpoint.
Do you remember when you last saw it?
It was in my pocket a minute ago. Then a bairn bumped into me and... Yeah. You don't think that they might have nicked it, do you?
It wouldn't surprise me. A busy market like this is prime territory for pickpockets.
So, to get the pass back, we need to find this child. Where would we even start?
I know where! I've got a pal in Bocklad who might be able to help us. No one knows more about what goes on round here than she does.
Where do we find her?
She's the owner of the Crimson Caravans, up that way. Sign's got a red chocobo on it.
No time like the present.
You two go on ahead. I'm gonna check the rest of my stuff, make sure nothing else is missing.
All right. We'll meet you there.
Let's keep an eye out for this red chocobo, then.
And the other on our purses.
Getting off this marketplace. Jesus. Can't go anywhere these days.
Peaches and pears.
There we go. Red chocolate.
Looking to hire a coach? It's 10 million for a two-birder to the Crystalline Dominion. Take it or leave it.
Oh, we're not here for that.
Then I bid you good day.
Jesus.
Oh, wait! Don't go, El. He's me mate.
Oh?
As I live and breathe. Goots, what are you doing back in Bocklad? I gather Lady Karen didn't send you.
You'd be right.
So what trouble have you got yourself into this time?
It's me trader's pass. It got stolen. By little Ben.
Of all the... You're the size of a marble. Honestly. Ugh.
Goots told us that you know the markets well. Might you have an idea which little bairn could have done this?
We don't intend to punish them. We just need our pass back. Then, we can be on our way.
I see. So neither of you has a trader's pass either. Not that anyone would take you for traders, but I suppose that's why you came to me, correct? Now, I can't say for sure who took your pass, but I suspect I know why they did it. Let me explain. Ever since the Fist marched on the Dominion, the Republic from being merely a way of easing one's progress to being essential if one wishes to cross the border at all. And with demand outstripping supply, they've become a precious commodity, leading some to seek to acquire them by less than legitimate means.
So the children are stealing passes to sell on the black market?
Yes and no. Passes are inscribed with the names of their owners, and yet none of the victims' names have appeared on the register of those passing through the checkpoint.
Which means?
That someone is doctoring the stolen passes. The same someone who is encouraging the children to steal them. And the same someone who has Goots' pass, no doubt. Whoever they are, they're ruining the livelihoods of honest merchants, which is why we've decided to take a stand. Will you stand with us? You want to get your pass back, and we want to ensure that no more are stolen. Catch whoever's behind it all, and 2 birds shall be slain with a single stone.
Show me his hood.
Is there any other way of getting to the Crystalline Dominion, Goots?
They won't let you in if you're not with the caravan. It's that,
Sleep.
I don't know, try swimming across the strait. But the guards will definitely spot you if you try and do that. Like, we don't want to get spotted, right?
So either we find the people who took the pass, or give up all hope of entering the Dominion.
All right. We'll help.
Thank you kindly. But I don't know your name. Eloise at your service.
Clive.
A pleasure doing business with you, Clive.
Nice.
The proprietor of the furniture makers by the coach stop is spearheading the search. Wear that, and he will know you for a friend. I suggest that you speak with him first.
The furniture makers. Understood.
Out of my sight, wretch!
At least they're trying to stop the crime. And the forgeries. And the kids stealing.
Jug of snake spit for the road?
So they're doing a good deal.
Are you the furniture maker?
Looking for something in particular? Ah, Eloise collared you too, eh? Then I expect you want to know more.
She told me you were leading the hunt for the pickpockets. What have you learned?
For one, that they're targeting the traders carrying the biggest packs. Harder to watch your back, see? And less chance of the mark giving chase if they're spotted. Not that they'd be likely to catch them. Those imps know every inch of this warren like the backs of their hands.
Their eyes must have lit up when they saw Goots.
The fishmonger round by the gate's been trying to track down the children involved. You should go and have a word with her.
Thank you. We will.
Search is on.
You won't find anything of this quality in Twinside.
You should come with me to the Dominion. Life will be
Fish for sale! Fresh sorted and smoked! Can I interest you? Ah, sorry.